All right, this is our story, The Very Wicked Witch in the Village Play by Mark Gotside and art done by Rupert Van Wyck. The Very Wicked Witch sat at her at her gnarled breakfast table and chuckled. At least, she made a sound that she thought was a chuckle. To you or me, it would have sounded like sandpaper scraping on a rock. But the Very Wicked Witch had not earned her status as the wickedest witch in all of England by worrying about how her chuckled sound. She had earned it by devising wicked plans, very wicked plans, and she had a new one. The Very Wicked Witch had a problem. Even every time she went out, people ran away screaming. It was her black hat, pointy nose, and warty green face. They gave her away. It made her plans very hard to put into practice. One day, the Very Wicked Witch got a leaflet in the mail. It read, "Calling all actors. The village players are putting on Hansel and Gretel. Casting Fridays, 10 a.m. Village Hall." She could barely believe her luck. Hansel and Gretel had a witch in it. A wicked witch. She could go on stage looking like her usual self and no one would notice. And then, on opening night, when all the village was assembled, she could put her wicked plan, and it was a very wicked plan, into action. The Very Wicked Witch went to the village hall and watched the others try out. They were pathetic. Velvet hats covered in cute little stars, cackles that sounded friendly, fake plastic warts, absolutely terrible. Unlike her, she did a splendid job. She stomped around, growling and cackling, her face a hideous grimace. Several children waiting to audition ran off, never to return. Afterwards, everyone left. Everyone except Molly, the girl playing Gretel, who was hiding behind the curtain. She watched the Very Wicked Witch take a newt from her robe. The witch spoke to the newt, and the newt spoke back. Molly thought. Interesting. On the day of the first show, the cast had their final rehearsal. At lunch break, Molly spoke to Hector, the boy playing Hansel. "I think," Molly said, "she's a real witch, and she's up to no good. I'm going to find out. Want to help?" He did. Keeping a safe distance, Molly and Hector followed the Very Wicked Witch from Village Hall. She walked through a dense forest to a small cottage covered in ivy. Molly tiptoed to the window and put her nose to the glass. Through the through the grime, she could just make out the Very Wicked Witch standing in her living room facing a row of dolls. "I need to practice," the witch muttered. A witch's mutter is like thunder, so Molly and Hector heard clearly. "This is a new spell for me." She cleared her throat. "People," she cackled, "I'm not just playing a witch, I am the Very Wicked Witch, and I'm going to turn you all into newts." She lifted her wand. It fizzled and fuzzed. Sparks flew. The dolls were gone. Where they had been was a gaggle of newts. "Oh no," Molly whispered. That's her plan." The Very Wicked Witch turned to the window. Like all witches, she had exceptional hearing. "You!" she snarled. Molly shoved Hector out of sight. "Yes, and I'm going to stop you." "Right," the Very Wicked Witch said. "Of course you are." She pointed her wand and spoke. Brambles twisted around Molly's ankles. The thorns bit into her legs. "Ow," Molly said. "That hurts." "It's supposed to," the Very Wicked Witch said. "I have to go. I'll deal with you later." And off she went. Molly thought of her friends, her mum and dad, her little brother, all about to be newts. It was unbearable. Apart from her brother. He deserved it. In fact, Newt was probably too good for him. The witch should turn him into a worm. Then Hector appeared, holding some garden shears. "Found these in her shed. And two bikes." Molly and Hector pedaled furiously. They were only minutes until the play started. When they arrived at Village Hall, they rode straight through the double doors. "Stop!" Molly shouted. "Everybody out of here, now!" Molly's mom stood up. "Molly," she said, "what on earth is going on?" "The witch is real, and she's going to turn you all into newts." On stage, a tall figure with a green face and a pointy nose stepped out of the shadows. The Very